Set by the United Nations, World Environment Day on 5th June is geared towards encouraging awareness and action for the protection of our environment. And as the world marks this important day, here in Nairobi, there is a problem. A transport problem that is doubling up as an environmental challenge. To many, this simply means inconvenience. But if Mother Nature could speak, the story could be different. Perhaps it would be all about how it's choking with the fumes emitted by these vehicles. So, how can this be fixed? Well, Nairobi Metropolitan Services seems to have a plan. From this parking area, footpaths and cycling paths are being constructed. Yes, non-motorized transport system in Nairobi is underway, and experts say this is the way to go.
Non-motorized transport basically most of the time uses much of human effort. Just walking is a means of transport, which means is non-motorized. Cycling, the people who are using rickshaws, that's non-motorized transport, and many other.
Let's cross over and borrow a leaf of non-motorized transport system from one of the developed countries. On our recent trip to the Netherlands, we realized that cycling is a culture, so to speak. Here we have dedicated cycling paths. Anyone visiting Amsterdam, cycling is definitely the most authentic way to tour the city. Back to Nairobi, and cycling is something different. Take for instance, Hassan Ali prefers cycling for his errands in town, but many are the times he finds himself between a rock and a hard place. It's a risky affair, and at times it can turn out to be a death trap. But on this fateful day, he's able to navigate.
Atujenge at least huku kando ya barabara, hata road zetu, hata kama ni path ndogo itakuwa sawa. Inatusaidia na deliveries zinaenda haraka.
And Hassan Ali's sentiments are shared by many who wish to cycle in the city.
Jamu ni mingi Nairobi. Lakini sasa unaona kama sasa ukiangalia hapo huwezi pita na gari, si ndio? So mimi na prefer hii sababu na penya.
We are having a lot of emissions from vehicular emissions, and non-motorized transport will be one of the ways that would be able to actually reduce these emissions. So in terms of what the government is doing, for instance, the current project that is taking place, I think is a plus in terms of environment also. And I think as a country, if we have proper steps in place, and also we have the will, and government will, the political will, this is something achievable, especially in a city like Nairobi.
Now, on to one question that many could be asking at this point. Is non-motorized transport system in Nairobi becoming a reality, or is it just a mirage?
If we do this, the infrastructure that we are actually working on in Nairobi, and we don't pay attention to key safety infrastructure, safety issues in infrastructure. For instance, doing the pavement, and at some place along the walkway we have open manholes, we have maybe barriers that may not enable people who are cycling to use them. For me, it's a key issue.
Well, with such initiatives along Kenyatta Avenue as well as Luthuli Avenue, only time will tell. But one thing is for sure, the city dwellers are upbeat about it.
So I think it's a good idea also for people to be encouraged to walk more than drive around everywhere. The walkway will be enough for everybody to walk. You won't have to go squeezing each other, and which is a good idea because with the pandemic, you need all the space you can get.
We are in a society whereby watu wanapanda gari from morning to evening. You barely walk, you barely do any exercise. So it's a good project. Indirectly, it's like a message to inform people that you need to really check on your health.